mapping while on holiday is interesting because you can see it's probably well mapped. I've come over to Ulva, a community-owned island with 12 inhabitants now, I think, 2 of them being children. And so you can see there's very little here. The ferry's been mapped, the shop and the museum's been mapped, and then there's paths, and there's plenty of paths mapped. But I did pick up a leaflet at the ferry office, the little passenger ferry. The gap's so short, some people swim across. And as I was walking, I'd gone off to do a bit of exploring. I realised I couldn't see one of the paths that they mentioned, which is the woodland walk. So I went up on a walk thinking I'd take it. Couldn't find it. The turning off from the other minister's walk that I was on. So I thought maybe their map is wrong or outdated. Maybe they printed a few and they don't keep this path anymore. But yeah, it is indeed here. Going through the fern bushes. So I'll map this. It's a example of even when you're on holiday or living somewhere that you think's extremely well mapped. Keep your eyes open. Think about where you might go and walk and go, oh, well, there's not a footpath, I want to go that way. I was very much thinking, oh, but this one goes further off than I liked. So I was about to turn around, and then I saw a path and saw that sign. So I'm going to map the woodland walk for them, if I can make it through all these ferns. Right, here's the Isle of Ulva. We'll do this. We'll make sure my chair's comfortable. And I'll start. What's the first photo I took? So there we go. So came over on the ferry. What's the distance here? It's about 165, 170 meters. So yeah, I got the ferry across. Some people swim. Some of my friends kayaked across, but we went there. And I took a photo. The post box was already mapped. I want to just align this the aerial imagery to GPS traces. This is not a pier, it's a slipway, which I've forgotten. I'm going to have to look back. How did I map that other slipway? Maybe it's partially a pier actually, it was quite tall. I'm using my other screen to look at Tobermory. Clicking the layers and the map data. So I can leisure. So maybe just the end actually is... no, I know what I'm doing. This kind of had a slipway. Could just do it as a point. Because, yeah, so this, although it sloped down that concrete kind of bit, it was, yeah, more. There was a step down at the end to get into the little boat. And this, yeah, I can't remember quite what the service was. Detailed it was. And there was a tiny house here, which was for tickets. The post box is already mapped. But that gives me the name. That's Sheila's cottage. go. What else will we get? Reference is, oh, actually someone's got that slightly wrong, or it's changed. We might whiz through some of this. So that's a bit where my friends continued around there, and I wanted to go exploring this way. Bizarrely, I found a flip-flop on the side of the path. I need to remember how to do relations. So wiki, so type route hiking. Type is route. Okay, let me add that there. That path I was mapping, I lost it. I kind of couldn't find the path easily through some wooded bits, and I think I turned left too much because I joined a different path or track. So yeah, if you're visiting the Isle of Ulva off the west coast of Scotland and Mull, there's the woodland walk. Isn't fully mapped on OpenStreetMap. I suggest you go clockwise, follow it clockwise, and you can fill in the missing section for me. Or maybe by the time I get home and upload this video, it might even be done. But yeah, someone else could look at that. I've done bits, and there's enough that I'm sure was on the route that I'll map that bit. I got as far as there, and then I had to decide, did I want to go up here and try and find where that might come out. Decided not to, or went along here. Back just before I said that, there was this sign, to the shore joins the woodland walk. So that's here on the farm circuit. And I went down here, it joined this. No, that's not clear. Was there a shore walk? This is why you do the map editing, ideally within a week or so of visiting. But I think what it's saying is it joins the woodland walk, which must be this. So we'll edit the woodland walk. We'll put that in there. It doesn't link up, but someone will have to map the gap in between. And I'm not aware of anyone doing that. This bit where I got lost, so there was a gate here. Was it where I got lost? Yeah, the woods came up. No idea where I was supposed to go across that, because this was really horrible to cross. Marsh, I want to call it marsh. Natural wetland. What does land? A wetland is land area that is saturated with water, either permanently or seasonally. It was definitely saturated with water. Natural wetland. And then I can describe it further. This is going really detailed. With non-woody vegetation, grasses and ferns. Yeah, they were grasses. Semi-wet meadow, no. Peat, it could have been peat, actually. I think it was peat one. Yeah. It seems like this. Wetland equals bog. Someone can correct me if that's wrong. I think this path should be directed round there. Would have saved me some bother. So what did I do? I managed to get here. Oh, and I sat on this wall to have lunch. And I thought I heard my friends here across the field. I don't know where I did hear them. But I came back here because after setting off from lunch, I realised my microphone for my camera had dropped out. I managed to find it there, which was lucky. I've done all this. I think originally I walked this way. Tried to find the path, decided I wanted to head that way to the ferry. And then, yeah, got here, had some sandwiches, went back. All a bit of a mess. I joined that out of the ferns, and I was glad to be on the path. There we go, and that makes it continuous with the gap. Because I don't know, you can't see me pointing, I don't know how I was supposed to get from there to there. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to go all the way there. I think there's a path there somewhere. Okay, so we'll put that back in the selection. That's how far we got. So here, and this was a track, and I was glad it curved around, but I was glad to not be walking, scrambling through brambles or ferns or through bogs. Yeah, I was very happy. Did I take any more photos? No, then made it to the slip road where our kayaks were parked, and yeah, we had some lunch together when we all met up. We also then cut around here, but I didn't have my GPS recording. Yeah, so there's a few gaps in the circuits, but I've mapped it. I'll upload it, and we'll see other people then if they visit Ulva or if they live there. They can edit OpenStreetMap and they can fill in those bits just by their knowledge or surveying. Important, we don't have permission from the people who made the map with the routes shown in it on the leaflet, so we can't copy from there. But that's enough, and if there's better signs or someone figures it out better from the signs, they can map that. I'll show you what the map looked like before on OpenStreetMap. Also, there's a website that shows hiking routes using OpenStreetMap data, so I'll show you that, and we'll see how the routes look based on the data I've added. And I think this might be my last video. I've edited all my data from my visit to Scotland and Mull, so it'll then resume normal adventures elsewhere.